Hi crafty friends, I'm Shayna and welcome to my podcast, Hot.Mess.Knits, episode 2. Woo! Thank you everybody that has watched my first episode. I didn't know that, people would be super interested right away. I mean, it's only been up for, maybe a week, not even a week. But, must be doing something right. A couple people wanted to stick around for episode 2 because they subscribed, so thank you very much for joining my weirdness, awkwardness, and knitting adventures. Where did I want to start? We'll start with whips right away. This will probably be a shorter episode. I was going to wait till I got my Knit Picks box and do an unboxing, but I think I'll make a separate video just for that. And because, frankly, I didn't really want to have to wait until I got my Knit Picks box because it could be another 2 weeks, depending. I know it ships the 20th, and then it seems to take a little while to get to where I'm at, my part of the world. So let's jump in. I cast on a pair of socks like I wanted to from the last episode, and I am doing vanilla latte socks. Let me get it. I mean, it's just black and white picture, but just to show it again. There we go. And it's just, vanilla latte. So it's a vanilla sock, but with a little jazz to it, which is nice. I didn't want anything overly complicated this time for this pair of socks. And I did it in, it's alpaca socks, which I know I mentioned in the last episode, but I'll just mention it again for anybody that didn't watch the first episode. Alpaca socks by Classic Elite Yarns, and it is 60% alpaca, 20 merino, and 20 nylon. Kind of see. Oh, it's just glaring out. So I cast on and I got a fair bit done. Socks, I'm definitely a slower knitter when it comes to socks. I don't know if it's just because it's fingering weight or because it's just on a smaller circumference. I don't know, but not too bad for only having cast it on for a couple days ago. And so apparently my tension is a little wonky, or it's the yarn, I don't know. But it'll block out nice. But see that little bit of detailing. So I mean, it's a a simple rib type deal, so I'm hoping it's a little extra stretch, but I am gonna love these. They're soft, and it's, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a little bit of a halo because of the alpaca. No, that's not gonna help. But hopefully the next time I do another episode, maybe I'll have one sock done, at least, hopefully. So that's that one, that whip, which is a new whip. Woo. And then I'll jump over to spinning. I showed what a Malabrigo Nube roving that I got up in Rochester, and I went ahead and split it in half. I figured I'd do myself a favor and split it in half, spin it on 2 separate bobbins, and then ply them together. So this is 1/2 spun, and these colors, you guys, I'm loving them. And it's kind of why I was drawn to the roving to begin with. So here's a 1/4, because I took the half and split it again, because it's easier to spin that way. But these colors are just beautiful. I love the richness of it and how it varies. And I don't know, I'm gonna love the end result, and I'm hoping I have a fair bit of yardage and that I can definitely make a shawl. I think I'm all about the shawls right now. I want to make a sweater, but I don't have any sweater quantity yarn in my stash, and I honestly just don't have the money to go ahead and buy a sweater quantity. And I've got to decide on what pattern I want to do, and then I'd have to find the right yarn weight for it. So that's something I'll probably be doing. I don't know if I'll get around to it before summer comes up, but maybe by the end of summer have that yarn purchased, and then that'll be my project in the fall. So we'll see if I stick to that. My coffee is not warm. Can't see my Harry Potter. Mischief managed. That's right, I still need coffee. Alright, So there's those two whips. I need to move these out of the way. Boop. And then the crochet blanket I showed last time, I was able to work on it a bit last night, and I got through the skein yarn that I was working from and attached a new one. And I figured maybe it would be helpful to put a progress keeper on here just to kind of show you, not that it's much, but I did want to show off the little stitch marker, progress keeper, whatever you want to call it, because he is just so cute. I got a bunch of these from TinyTrinketsStudio on Etsy. She had these cute little grab bags, and I was like, you know what, I can't choose which ones I want anyway, so why not just get a surprise? And so I did, and the first set that I got, they're all so cute. I have a little ice cream cone, the star, I don't recall all of them. I'll have to show them maybe next time. I'll bring them all out. And then I got a second grab bag, and I asked her, you know, could you make them all like, you know, at least one of them be sushi? Because I saw that she did have some sushi ones in there that were so stinking cute. So I got a surprise when I got them, and they were all sushi related. I was ecstatic. But anywho, this is the crochet blanket that I was working on, and here's this cute little guy. It is just, my lighting is not being nice to me today. Try and block the glare a little bit here. Sorry. But anyway, he's so cute. I'll have to figure out this lighting thing, but you know, I only got a chunk done, but it's still a little bit of an update, right? And I wanted to show you guys the bag that I put it in. I know Christmas is over, but I put this in before Christmas. I made this out of fabric that I had found on sale at Joann's, and it was just really cute, and actually would make a good gift bag for putting like a Christmas present in to gift instead of having to wrap it. But I was like, this is nice and big, perfect for a big blanket. So that's what I'm storing it in, even though it's out of season now. But at least there's snow outside, so it's not real bad. At some point I'll make another one that's maybe more neutral, but it says Happy Holidays, Christmas trees, snowflakes. It's adorable. And then since we're on the subject of bags, I had some left over, and so then I just made a little zippered project bag. This is Season's Greetings, Merry Christmas. And then I just did a little lining of some extra fabric I had in my stuff, just so it's got a little lining. It makes for a nice little project bag. And then, sorry, looking at my notes for a minute to see where I'm at. We will go on to finished objects. This is the main reason why I wanted to go ahead and just record today, because I was so excited that I finished it. You notice not in my whips anymore is that Ramble shawl by Andrea Mowry. And last night I wove in the ends and blocked the hell out of it. And it's done! Oh. You guys, I can't even. Ah! I'm obsessed. I'm totally wearing it to work today. It's to die for. I goofed up and I didn't gauge swatch, and I should have, because I ran out of yarn. I had, for whatever reason, I bought 2 balls of the blue whale, which is the darker color, and then the lighter color Curio, I only got 1, and that's the one I ran out of. If I would have gauge swatched and probably went down a needle size or 2, I probably would have made it. I ran out of yarn 7 rows shy of the ending of the last repeat. So, I mean, is it the end of the world? No. Was I about to set it aside so I could try to find more of that Curio yarn? Hell no, because I wanted to wear it. So, I just went ahead and worked the last row that I could with the Curio, and then went ahead and did the bind off, and then I blocked big time. So it ended up being still a very generous size. I'm very, very happy with the result. I'm going to be able to enjoy it sooner compared to waiting to find the yarn, buy the yarn, get the yarn, you know, and finish it up. Whatever. I'm still in love. This will be worn every day, most likely. And then I did want to mention, I showed this last episode, my big giant chunky bulky sweater that was in Charisma yarn by Loops and Threads. It's a tweedy one. But I forgot, well, I didn't forget, I just was being lazy and I didn't want to look up where I found the pattern or what the pattern was. It is a vintage pattern. I did look up to find, because I know I got it from Etsy. So the shop is called Ickythecat. So I-C-K-Y, the cat, all one word, all together. And it didn't really have a name for it. Like, it wasn't a specific pattern name. It was like row by row ladies knitting pattern. And I just saw the picture, and you know, when I was just looking through on Etsy, and that's where I was like, ooh, I love that sweater. So you'd have to just kind of scroll through her shop. It's a PDF file. It's not a physical paper copy that she mails you or anything. It's a PDF download, print it yourself, and that's basically what I did. And that's just something I just wanted to quick mention so I didn't forget about it. And I wanted to quick show other finished objects. I showed last time the single that I had on my bobbin that I had finished spinning, and that I was going to two-ply it just to make sure I got more yardage, which I'm sorry, I didn't count my yardage. I know I could probably add it in when I edit, but I wanted to show you guys the end result. And I think it turned out beautiful. Is it perfect? Most definitely not. But that's the thing about spinning. It's not meant to be perfect. That's the whole love for hand spinning. So this will be maybe a small shawl. I thought about actually making them into socks, but I'm trying to think of what breed of wool this is. I know it was a long staple. Definitely long. It's not BFL. Is it Corriedale? Coopsworth. I'm pretty sure it's Coopsworth. So I'm not sure if that's a good one for socks or not. I'll have to look. So it might be socks, or it might be a shawl. It depends on the yardage. If it's not long enough, or if there's not enough yardage for a shawl, then I'll probably do socks. And then these two, since I was doing wash day, because I had to wash my socks, wash and set the twist in these yarns, and they plumped up a little bit. I don't know if you remember or, you know, can tell the difference, but they did. They plumped up a bit in those finished yarns. So they're still slightly damp. I got to actually put them back on my cool rack I got off of Amazon, which was less than $20. But that thing is awesome. Sits right over there. If we'd run the pellet stove, things dry super fast. Otherwise, there is a heat vent in between those bedrooms right there. So it still dries fairly quick. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys was, since I cast on a new pair of socks, I wanted to just show you my other two pairs of socks that I have made in the past. So we'll start with the first pair I've knitted. And these took me forever because I was using really cheap needles, so they weren't the easiest to knit on. I've never knitted with anything thinner than a worsted weight, so that made it tricky too. And then there was, you know, some striping involved, and it was a learning process, so it took me a hot minute to get it done. But anywho, I wanted to show you guys because I just finally washed them, and I noticed I gotta do some repair work. I've got holes. A known fact about me is that I walk like an elephant. I cannot wear heels to save my life because I would roll an ankle because I'm just a heavy stepper. Everybody that knows me, anybody that had to live below me, I walk like an elephant. So maybe that's why maybe I'm really rough on my socks that way. So I'll have to do some repair work on that one because I just noticed that. And I already did repair work on this pair, so it must be the other pair, you know, maybe end up being on the same side that I walk heavier on. So it looks like crap, but you know what? It's still wearable. Nobody's going to see it other than me. And these sock blockers I got when I first was learning how to knit socks, and you know, affordability. They're just like a thick plastic, and they, you know, it works. And I got them in 2 sizes. I got small and extra small because I've got baby feet. I can fit into a size 3 girls, and like the largest I can wear in women's is 6. Usually it's more like a 5. So these were, you know, extra small was the size, was for 3 to 5, and then 5 to 7. And I wanted to be able to make socks for, you know, maybe my daughter if she's ever interested one day, or for my my sisters or anything like that. Then, you know, these would work. So these socks are actually a little big on me, and maybe that's because I use maybe these blockers. I don't know, or no, maybe they were just knitted too big because I was still very much a newbie, and I'm still very much a newbie. But these are cute. They got raspberries on them. They're just fun. I'd love to get the wooden ones that are really nice and block probably better than these, but they get the job done. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the pattern for these was Tilson. Tilson. The pattern is Tilson. You can find it on Ravelry. It is not a free pattern. I actually think I got these in a yarn box order, and it came with the pattern, and so that's how I got these. But it is Tilson by Jessica K. Larson, and it was very well written. And if my memory serves me, which my memory is horrible, it was written 2 ways. It was written so you could do toe up or from cuff down, which was really cool. For me, I don't remember which one I did, but I have never done socks, period, so I don't know. I honestly don't recall which one I did. I think I did cuff down. And then the second pair of socks, which I love these, and this must be a big difference in the yarn. I'll have to dig in my stash and see if I have any remnants or tags for the Tilson socks, because those I've worn holes in. Actually, not even too long after I made them, I wore holes into them, so they were sitting for a while till I got a darning egg and learned how to, well, I just kind of did a shit job on fixing it, but you know, whatever. I finally have a darning egg, so I just fixed it recently. So I think I've worn them maybe like 2 weeks at most, you know, not every day, obviously. So it must be something about what that yarn is made from that is not good for my elephant feet. These, however, I've worn the hell out of them, and they're like, there's no signs of wear other than like super pilling and you know, maybe some stains kind of, or dinginess to them. But these are, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Arya socks. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's by Heidi, Alander, and they're very well written. I mean, I'm gonna take one off so I can show you like the lace work or the pattern. Well, I chose a very busy sock speckle, so I guess it's gonna be hard to see, but they're almost like little arrows, and it's got a little bit of cabling. I mean, it's just a beautiful pattern, beautifully written. And these ended up being a little on the snugger side for me. So these ones were a little too big, and these are a little tight. They've broke in a little bit, so they're not as bad, but they're still a little snugger than I probably would like. Somewhere in between these two would probably be fantastic. And that's really it. I just wanted to try to make a quick little video of showing updates. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot that I put this out here so you guys could see. That is my spinning wheel. It is a Lendrum single treadle. New to me, but certainly not brand new. I mean, it's got a nice patina look to it. So I mean, if you look at like the brand new compared to mine, big difference. But I love it. I love that it's, you know, been lovingly used. Everything works great on it. I got it for was it maybe around $200? Maybe it was more than that. But it was very affordable for me at the time. It was, I think, before Christmas last year or the year before, because I learned on a drop spindle and I just really wanted a big wheel to learn on. And thankfully, through the girls of Ravelry, she was awesome and was able to give me an affordable deal for me to be able to learn on, and I love it. I love it. I would love to get a double treadle just to have, you know, I'll have a single treadle and a double treadle just to, you know, be able to experience both then and see which one I maybe enjoy more. But I don't know, I love my Lendrum, and I totally found a, well, I don't want to say sticker, but it is like a sticker, and it says Nimbus 2000 on it, so that's the name of my wheel. It's the Nimbus 2000. For any of you Harry Potter heads, you get the reference. I love Harry Potter, hence my cup that you cannot see, that when it's got hot liquid in it, it'll say Mischief Managed, and it's the Marauders map, and obsessed to say the least. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys was, did I mention that I want to knit a sweater? I believe I did. Knit Picks had a sale on patterns, and this is one that I picked out. The other one is not in here, but this is, I mean, it's, you know, it is a male sweater, I guess. There we go. But you know what? I don't care. I will put it in whatever color I want, and it's just going to be so comfy and cozy, and I love that it's got kind of like a cowl to it in the sweater, kind of like a hoodie, but without the hood, because sometimes I don't always wear the hood. It's just nice to have the little extra, you know, material here. So that is something I might cast on in the near future. I love Knit Picks. Let me just double check that I got it all. Alright, so that is it. I've got nothing else to share for now. I will be making another mini episode when I get my Knit Picks box. It'll be just strictly unboxing. Maybe I'll show my update on WIPs if there's any much of an update for that. But in any case, that will be the end of this, and I want to know, what are you guys working on? What projects are you guys working on? Just leave it in the comments below. I'm interested. I love seeing what other people are working on. So until then, I will talk to you guys hopefully next week or when I get my Knit Picks box, and I'll see you then. Peace out, my friends. Bye.